Hey, so we are the new A.D.D, and we wanted to welcome you to the A.D.D cast. This is going to be our first of just, hopefully further running podcasts that we do. And, I'm Danny.
I'm Derek.
I'm Pony.
And yeah, this is what we're going to talk about, just current topics, comics, games, some chismosos out there, and just any other shenanigans we get into or observe. Here we go. Let's get it started. Personally, I just wanted to bring up how the other day I had a dream where I was back in high school. And again, it wasn't one of those dreams where like I'm in my underwear or, having to present to the class naked. But just thought it was funny that I was just back in high school. Then I woke up and then I was in my room.
I mean, not gonna lie, I've never had any of those underwear dreams. I mean, I don't know what that really tells you about yourself as a person. But I mean,
I look good in underwear.
I've never really had that.
To each their own.
Yeah, that's true. I've never really had that dream, either, but I did have one where, I was stressing out about a test, and then, I was, super freaking out, anxiety almost. Then I wake up in the morning, and I'm like, oh, I'm out of high school. I don't care anymore. But it kind of shows you, how high school, it creates anxiety with you, at the time.
What was the subject?
I remember. I don't know. I was just I was freaking out over it. I was it was life or death, 50% of your grade is this exam. I'm like, I know nothing. It's supposedly I had been studying. I even had one of those pretty before it.
I mean, compared to real life, what's the difference?
Yeah, that's true too. You can think you scored on a test and then you're just oh yeah, I did great. You get the score back F and you're oh my god, my life is
ain't nobody got time for that.
I'm not gonna study all the time again if I'm just gonna get Fs all the time.
Well, I mean, how much of it do you think really connects to maybe you want to go back in time or something and redo high school?
Redo high school. I wouldn't want to redo it. I thought it was fun for me.
I mean, I'm not talking about just high school, or maybe just when you go into dreams and then
you're reliving certain moments
reliving
and
certain situations and imagining it a different way, kind of time traveling in a way, in a sense.
I mean, yeah, time traveling with that, but then it's even if you could go back and change it, wouldn't that make it a paradox because you're changing what you were worried about, then you wouldn't worry about it anymore?
Then wouldn't you if you changed it and then changed what you were worried about?
But you want to relive something? Why not? It's time traveling.
Yeah, no,
it's time traveling.
If it's high school, no, I hate it.
No,
but if you're talking about time traveling, back in time, then yeah, I guess it's certain times I would want to go. Granted, back in time, it's there are certain things that are horrible, like medicine and all that. But I mean, if you're going
for medicine is horrible.
Well, back in the day, you're sick. I'm gonna put leeches all over your face. It's that doesn't actually cure anything.
But don't call me leech face.
But going back, if I could just enjoy the good things about those times, yeah, sure. But there were a lot of horrible things back in the days.
Well, I'm gonna ask you what exactly you would travel to. But do you think most people would rather go back in time and relive something, maybe change something, or they can just go back in time to a certain period, whatever? What would they choose?
See, that's interesting because even if you did go and change stuff in the past, how much does it change the future? We wouldn't know. Doing one small thing could change everything.
Let's say none of that. Let's say just somebody.
So no butterfly effect. Just going back and just changing whatever you want.
Yeah. Let's say would people rather just visit stuff they just haven't seen at all, or go back to something they lived through and then just change if they wanted to, or just kind of just view it again and do it again?
So the World Fair, the World Fair isn't really that big of a thing. But back in the day, it was you have to go to the World Fair. Oh yeah, this is the main event that you go and see.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't really know about what was really big at the time. I'm not a big history buff, so it's kind of hard for me to say.
I mean, for one, I would say this dynamic is kind of weird because if you think about it this way, let's say the people that actually want to go back in time to experience, let's say, stuff from way back when, it has a lot to do with, let's say, it's probably people who weren't gonna go back and change their life regardless,
I see.
Because then it's they don't have any reason to go back to their own life to change. That's why they'd rather go experience stuff back in the past so they don't have any worries.
Yeah, I was just curious, how many people given the chance would go back and change their past life or just go visit, time travel, visit other periods? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. Like, I think for me personally, I would kind of want to go back to like the 30s. I mean, as much as I, self-proclaim myself as how much I would want to be like in the Mafia and experience it because, I just love Mafia movies. But then again, that's Hollywood, so I don't know how it would really be like. But if I could actually be in the Mafia back in the day.
What?
Like,
you don't want to be a samurai?
No, what? Why?
What?
No, dude.
Sudoku?
He's dapper, dude. He wants to
Fancy Derek?
dap out with the Mafia.
Hashtag Fancy Derek.
Not gonna lie, dude, back in the day, some of those suits were really nice, so.
The samurai suits?
And baggy, though.
They were baggy, but I mean, you gotta admit, some of the older guys
What
did
they
have
call
class.
zoot suits?
Fitted suits had more.
I don't know if they were really zoot suits. They were more like two-piece suits.
What are zoot suits, though?
That's like, they're actual suits. They are baggy on purpose.
Right?
And like long. And it comes with the hat, with like the feather or like the red little.
That's totally Derek.
That is not
That's
me.
totally
But Hispanics, like that was their thing. Like Derek.
That's totally Derek.
a zoot suit.
Wait, I had a zoot suit armor?
Yeah. With the hat with
That'd
the
be
feather on
amazing.
it.
That'd be amazing. They did have like a samurai sword and you're just all dappered out like in a zoot suit. That'd be hilarious.
Samurais were like 13. When were
that was like feudal era.
All right,
so
hold on, guys. I know this is a podcast, but I mean, like, if we get this wrong, get ready to get
No, I
shit
know.
on.
Oh no,
All right,
trust
no,
me,
no.
I know. And
No, I know facts. I know facts.
okay, so you know about Japanese history. Please enlighten me.
If I learned anything from The Last Samurai,
Oh,
starring
my-
Tom Cruise, it was in the 1800s. That was when
You wish Nick Cage was in that.
I wish Nick Cage was in that movie.
By the way, he's a huge Nick Cage fan, so
The Cage God.
Dummies!
he's a national treasure.
He is a national treasure.
1 and 2.
Was there a third?
I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think anyone can handle the third one.
They wouldn't be able to
If
handle.
Nick Cage was
They
in it,
couldn't
yeah, I
handle
would.
Nick Cage's greatness on the screen. Isn't that right?
Maybe I'd go back to watch Nick Cage's birth and just like, all hail! All hail!
I like how you think that you'll just be allowed into a medical room, like you're just watching him, and then they're just like, "Why is this random person in this room while our baby's being delivered?"
Why don't you just travel back in time as he grows up? So you can see how he became the Nick Cage.
What if you did an Inception thing where you just appeared at important moments in his life and he just attribute you to his success? So then he actually actively seeks you out.
Wow.
So he became Nick Cage because
That's
of him.
that gave me a boner. I'm his mentor.
Yeah,
I'm his idol.
all of his biggest breaks, you just happen to be there, and then he notices a pattern. It's oh, you just happen to be there at his first casting for his first screen test for all of for his headshots. You're just there, and it's he's there's this
Full
random
headshot.
dude just showing up.
And if it's time traveling, I can do it all in one day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So it's for you, it's one day. For him, it's this guy has followed me throughout my life,
And I'm never
He is
changed.
my good luck. He is my spirit animal.
Spirit. I am a human being, sir.
Human beings are animals.
No, we're not.
How are we not?
We
What
are
am I?
animals.
How are we not animals?
Maybe you're an animal, monkey.
Wow. Okay.
I'm not taking part.
I'm
in
not
this.
touching that one.
I'm not taking
Oh,
part.
I'm sorry.
I'm
I
not
forget.
taking
You
part
know,
in this.
I forget. Sorry. You're not a monkey.
Just because I like bananas, dude, does not mean I'm a monkey and I have opposable thumbs on my feet.
You have opposable thumbs on your feet.
Yeah, I know. Think about that.
You have a
That's
thumb
crazy,
on your
isn't
foot.
it?
Disposable thumbs.
Disposable. I use them once and I throw them away. I have a whole trash can just filled with thumbs that I
What
just use once.
Wait,
and
so
throw
for
away.
you guys, let me get this straight. How would you guys time travel? Would you go back to your own life or go somewhere else?
See, okay.
Somewhere else for me.
No, I would go somewhere else.
I would go to my own
obviously.
life.
Really?
Yeah.
What would you want to change?
I mean, sometimes maybe I just don't want to change anything. I just want to.
Oh, you just want to go back and relive it?
Maybe not relive it, but just watch it from
An outsider perspective?
third person.
Dude, if I were to watch myself in the past, I'd be you're an idiot on everything you do.
You know.
Hey, that's you, man.
I know.
Hey, that's
I'm
you.
not saying, dude. I'm saying, dude.
You do you, boo
Dude,
boo.
I think as me as a kid, I had no perception of what was going on around me, so I was just this hyperactive, just not caring about what was going to happen to me. And then if I go back now, I just look and I'd be man, I was a dumb kid.
Also, your bleach ass hair.
Oh, that's true. I did have those frosted tips.
Your
for a
bleached ass hair?
No. No, not literally. I had frosted tips. Sorry. Yes, it was a very...
On your ass?
No! What? Stop! No!
On his head.
Which head?
The weird thing is that there are people who do bleach their ass hair, though. That's...
How do you know?
People
How-
bleach their buttholes.
Yeah, they do. It's a thing.
It's hot.
So you...
in here. What?
Oh, you asked me how I know, but you don't question him on the bleaching asshole thing?
I mean, it's Danny. I don't question him.
It's just facts.
Oh, it's just facts.
I know facts.
Yeah, that's right,
Facts.
facts. Last Samurai, expert over here.
Dude,
It's a feudal era.
It was a good movie. But I don't think future generations have a problem with that because, smartphones, everyone's snapping their lives, everyone's like Instagramming their lives. You wouldn't have to time travel to see that because all that is like, in a sense, archived.
No, that's even worse though, because like now that
But
everything.
they are fake on it too, though.
No,
You know what I mean?
no,
Like,
they are
so-
fake, but what's even worse though is that when you look at like social media now, like all of your embarrassing moments, like you think that it's in the past, no one's gonna remember it. It's archived now in like some
That's what I'm saying.
Instagrams and stuff like that. So it's like you can say like, oh no, I never did that. It's like, no, here's a picture where you did.
No,
And it's like,
you did
oh,
that.
that sucks.
You
like,
did.
Oh, like, are you guys talking about like when they send nudes or something? And
well,
What?
not necessarily news, but like where like maybe somebody will be stupid enough to like throw up like a gang sign in like one of their old Instagram and forget to like
or
delete
like
it.
do some
And then-
sort of fail.
Derek, you
video.
never know when you're going to have to rep your hood.
Rest
Hey,
of it.
I mean, you're wearing red.
I'm not repping a hood. I don't claim anything, dude. I'm just
I
wearing
mean,
red.
you can say whatever you want. This is a podcast. They won't know.
Yeah.
They can't see
You're not wearing anything.
unless they can hear color.
It's because he doesn't like pants, man. Leave him alone.
Hey, I go everywhere without pants.
Okay.
So no one says otherwise, or at least so far.
Or he just doesn't care enough.
Like-
He's just like,
I
people are like,
care.
hey, you're not wearing pants. It's like, yeah, I know. And what of it?
I care.
What are you wearing
that
down
I'm
there?
not wearing pants.
So what are you wearing on your legs, if anything?
My legs.
He's wearing legs on his legs, dude.
Yeah. What
Think
are you
about
wearing
that.
on your legs?
Legception.
Boxer briefs and skinny jeans with Converse. Oh, and socks. What if you just
You're constricted by the man.
What if you just went out like no underwear, no pants, just socks?
That's what you.
That's
would
called
want.
public indecency. And you get arrested.
I mean, but you're not naked.
You just said...
What if you traveled back in time and changed the law where that's not public indecency? And public indecency is putting pants and socks and shoes.
So, but that's going back in time and
Confusion.
No, that's going back and changing something and not observing. Does that make sense?
Well, yeah, no, I mean, I'm saying, like, it's not like when I was talking about, like, I would go back in my own time periods to watch. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna
You
watch,
can- you
but,
can
like,
do that on your own.
if I wanted to change, yeah, of course. But I mean, like, I'm just saying, for the most part, I want to go back for myself to watch.
But
But
you
like,
wanted...
if I can change stuff, okay,
You
yeah,
would.
sure.
No, but
Okay.
is that on the table? Like, can you go? Okay, is that one of the options? Go back in time to not your life, just a point in time,
I mean-
and be able to change things.
I mean, if we're talking about, since all three of us here, let's put it on the table. Are we changing things or no?
I would say, like, if you can go back in time, I'm pretty sure you could change things.
Okay, so we're in agreement that
But you
we
wouldn't-
can change.
but you wouldn't want to. So
I would change it. I just want to see what the fuck would happen.
See, what I was saying earlier,
we're
though...
talking about every time traveling movie. Then, like,
Yeah, but what I was saying earlier, that you don't know how that's going to affect the future.
don't
Like,
touch nothing.
exactly.
Excuse me?
like, I mean, it was a horrible movie, but it kind of had some interesting concept. Was the butterfly effect, with Ashton Kutcher, and it was like, oh, he kept going back trying to change things, and it gets made it worse and worse and worse and
He
worse.
killed
Like,
himself.
yes, okay. Well,
Spoilers.
Spoiler! What? I've never watched it.
anyways, but yeah, like he didn't know what he was doing to mess it up until he just decided to like just cut ties with the one person in the movie that made everything worse. So it's kind of like,
Which is himself.
okay, well, spoilers, whatever.
Spoilers.
So what I'm saying is that, like, yeah, you could go back and change it, but you don't know how that's really going to affect the future. So it's kind of like, yeah, what if you did that and then you go to the future and then you figure out you accidentally somehow like killed your parents? It's like, like, how do I
Wow.
change that? Yeah.
I'm going back on what I'm saying. All right, no repercussions. You're right. You can change, no repercussions.
So you're just saying
Yeah, I
changing
mean,
no repercussions.
you're right,
Because
you're
that-
But, I mean,
there's a lot of, when it comes to time travel, there's a lot.
but
of
I mean,
things.
for me, it's like repercussions
For
or
fun.
not, I would still change it. Like, because I mean, it's like
You can end the world, but who cares?
Yeah, because like I'm saying, like you're.
yeah, the world wouldn't even
'cause
exist later on.
Basically, let's say I time traveled back to high school. Basically, you lived that life already. You already know whatever thing's gonna happen if you didn't change anything. You just lived it all over again. But if you went back and you changed it, you're basically living a whole different life. Of course, you don't expect things to happen. So it's kind of like you're watching like a new episode
it's not
of
you.
like Game of Thrones or something. I don't
Even
know.
though you're
Oh,
making
okay.
the changes, you're not.
So you're
living
saying like
through
your
it,
life
you're
is
still-
set in stone.
Yeah,
But,
it's like
like-
you're kind of. It's like you don't know what's gonna happen. Obviously, that's why you're changing things.
But again, there's another one of you that you're looking. Even though you're making changes, it's not you living through all these things.
but
you're
I'm
watching
still, like,
your younger you live through all these things.
Yeah, but as your younger you wouldn't know that. Like, only your older you would. But he's saying, like, I guess what he's
Does
trying
that
to say...
change things for you?
No, because, I'm pretty sure what he's saying is that whatever you do is set in stone. Like, you can't change what you've done in the past.
Yeah.
Like, you can't change your own future. Because, like, pretty much your future is being written. And even you being back in time is your future. Because it's like, you're still living your life. Doesn't matter what you do to change... Are you trying to change anything, or are you just...
No, because I'm saying, like, let's say you're going back. It's like, if you go back, you don't do anything. It's kind of already set. It's like it's a written book already.
Yeah.
You're just, like, rereading it again. But if you're going back, once you change it, it's kind of just like everything's new. Is you're reading a new book, going to the next chapter.
Yeah,
that you don't know.
And my point is that you don't know, neither does your past self know, but you're not living it. You're viewing it.
But which I'm fine with, because it's something else.
So, okay, which leads me to this question. So why are you changing something if you're still not living through that? You're just viewing it. Just for the fun of it? Like, I don't know.
I mean, just for the fun of it. I mean, sure, yeah.
Like the what if?
I mean, what if just watching
the what if is pretty strong.
I mean, already watching it from a different viewpoint is already different.
The what if effect or phenomenon is pretty powerful. Like, people would be really tempted to just do it for the what if.
Well, I mean, when it comes to time travel, dude, it's like so complicated. There's so many things that can go along with it. So that's why, like, setting guidelines at the beginning about, like, when you're doing hypotheticals like this are kind of, like, key. But it's like you said, like, you're watching it back in time and it's set in stone, but then you do change something that changes your future. Do you remember that because you lived through it? Like, would your future self, who already went back in time, remember that?
Because are you thinking about, like, let's say I go back, I actually go to prom.
Yeah.
And is my future self in the future
who's viewing your old self remember being at prom,
or at least form a certain memory of prom?
I personally don't think so.
Personally did not live. You know.
Well, again, if there was no repercussions, then yes. Because nothing bad's going to happen, then you might have this memory, these new memories that you never had. But, I mean, then you can get into, like, time being a whole other dimension. You're just creating other dimensions because now there's two ponies.
You're branching off.
Well, now there's two ponies in this time period when, there wasn't before. Like, you're a pony from a different dimension. That's the only way that's going to happen.
Yeah, and not only that, but then it'd be like a separate timeline, so your timeline would no longer exist.
A different dimension.
Like, if you change that, then your timeline would no longer exist because that would send you on different events in your future, and then your timeline would no longer exist because you no longer did that.
So
unless it's like
basically, if I change something, like, in the, let's say, in that time frame, there's a I understand that there's a possibility that second pony is not going to exist.
I think he would. I think
you went back in time
created a new timeline, new dimension.
No, but I'm saying, let's say if I change something pretty catastrophic in that timeline, there's a possibility that me changing that, I might disappear. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Because your timeline would no longer exist because
I changed something that was set in stone.
Up to that point, every decision you made, you're still alive.
Yeah, that's why I'm there.
If something slightly changes, it might have taken you through a different route
existence.
Like, maybe because he's made that difference, he didn't even go back in time.
Yeah.
Which means he wouldn't even exist.
I changed soming where, like, my future self doesn't even want to go back in time.
Right.
I'm just sitting there chilling at home eating some fried chicken and waffles.
Dude, I wish I was you.
playing Call of Duty World War IV.
Is that a game?
No.
Oh, no, but like
in the future.
In the future. Wow, World War IV. Okay. We haven't even hit 3 yet. There's already 4, and they made a video game out of it at your point.
Hey, at some point, it's Call of Duty. It's like they're just gonna make all of them.
Yeah, it'd probably just be a game that's gonna come out in 2 years about theoretical war that's gonna happen in the future anyways, because they're running out of material anyway.
Dude, imagine they're shooting with, like, super soakers.
like super soakers? Like, how? Like, super soakers that shoot nukes? Like, what?
No, he's talking about, like guns.
It's not even, like, warfare anymore. It's Splatoon. So basically, you just change Call of Duty into Splatoon.
Do people die at all in your World War?
Nintendo had the leg up on Call of Duty.
In your World War 3 or 4, do people die in these wars?
Yes.
Okay, but if they have super soakers, does that Does that mean... Wouldn't that
No,
make
but I mean, this would be like a side game. I'm not saying this is amazing.
Oh, like it's one of the like the assignment, like it's like zombies but Super Soaker mode.
Yeah. Dude, imagine zombies.
What the hell are you guys talking about? Like an actual if scenario if this would happen?
No, he's talking about like a game.
Oh,
like, it's like
I'd be so pissed if in the future this is a game and this is actually a thing.
like there's a Super Soaker mode, and then like you're just like, oh, they took my idea. I should have trademarked that.
I thought you guys were talking about like World War IV is going to be a fun.
Oh,
that's what I thought.
Super Soaker.
That's what I thought too. When he said it, I was confused. I was like, wait, Super Soakers.
I was
what
like,
are
can
they
you call it
doing
a war?
then?
Do people die? Like, that's what I meant. Like,
no, I was just saying
it's almost inhumane.
It's a game
Call of
mode.
Duty's World at War 4 as an example. I mean,
I feel like everybody's just going to be pissed and wet.
Wow, we took that one subject way too seriously right now.
Yeah, I did. I was joking.
Sorry. All the time traveling stuff we did talk about, though, like, that's like going through like the bane of like all the time traveling plots that like any script or movie.
Well, like we don't know what's really going to happen. The only thing we could do is just theorize.
Not only that, like all the again, what ifs or would this happen or all that. Like I'm sure like movies just like yes, all this and everything or could happen.
So depending on the movie,
and they just still go with it.
It just depends on the movie.
And we're like that wouldn't happen that way.
Okay, so for you two, you guys would go to a time period.
Yeah, I would go to a time period. Like I said, I like the 1930s.
Okay,
I like
1930s.
Mafia. I like stuff like that.
Yeah, I would go to like Wild West or like View of the Dinosaurs. Dude,
There's no Will Smith in the Wild West.
not the Wild West, just the Wild West.
You're gonna fight giant mechanical spiders like on your
Hell
daily.
yeah, dude.
I want to see like how like wild it really was. Like was there like
It's probably
no
really
law?
tame compared to.
Because their guns, like, their
I
bullets
don't know
were
about that. I
slower
feel
and
like-
everything, too. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I feel like
I mean, they're slow, but you're not
But
going to
the
like,
medicine
dodge them
also-
like the Matrix.
I mean, you weren't there, dude. You don't know.
I feel
You
like
got time
Hollywood
travel.
blows it up though. You know, like
Obviously, yeah.
Hollywood makes it like way worse than it was. Like maybe there were some skirmishes for like
They
hey, there were
romanticized
some
everything.
yeah, there were some towns that didn't have sheriffs, but I doubt they were like riddled with like bandits.
Are you just making, like,
I like how there's like
Is that a horse? What was
No,
that?
that was
What
a
was-
machine gun.
Oh, you mean a Gatling gun
They had
back
a
in the
Gatling.
day? It was a Gatling gun, but there wasn't a
Speaking
machine
of-
gun.
Oh, I'm sorry!
Speaking
I'm
of
not
Last
up on my
Samurai.
history.
If you ever saw The Last Samurai, that's how they defeated.
Oh my god!
That's how they defeated The Last
You keep
Samurai.
bringing us back to Last Samurai.
That's how it became The Last Samurai. With
Was it a Gatling gun or was it just like an
No, it was a-
automatic?
No, it was a Gatling gun.
No, it was a
Oh,
Gatling.
Yeah, because what was it, like the feudal police like were buying Western technology, and the whole point,
Now who's talking
Okay,
about The Last
I
Samurai?
already know that. I just wanted to know if it was a Gatling gun.
yeah, it was a Gatling gun.
Chill out,
yes.
bro.
All right, whatever. Sorry.
Dude, hey, just because you're half samurai, okay?
Just yeah.
Mr.
The
Samurai.
other
no,
half
no.
of you is like eating tacos and shit.
That's racist.
Sushi tacos.
Ew, that
Think
sounds
about that.
dirty.
What they did? They
Pink
did it on
tacos?
GMM.
What's a sushi taco?
They did it on
Pink
GMM.
tacos.
Don't tell me you just get a tortilla and throw sushi at it.
No, it's
Is that what's a sushi taco?
I don't
It's
know.
like nori and then
I was just
rice
kidding, dude.
and
Hey.
like a sliver of
I was just bringing it up
sashimi.
because I saw an episode of
So there's
GMM
just-
where they
there's-
did Willa Taco, so and they did that. What?
It's still like raw fish and everything. Like it's still sushi.
Yeah, it's just it's like a regular taco shell with just like sushis in it.
So you can taco anything. I get. You know what? That's all.
I mean, that's their whole-
Yeah,
That's the
what
whole
they
thing,
do, yeah.
dude. That's the whole thing
Yeah,
too. And I just saw the episode recently, so it was just fresh in my mind. Sorry.
Gotcha. I was just curious if sushi tacos were a thing. I don't know.
Wait,
Well, you're calling me like half Mexican and half Japanese, so hey, sushi tacos.
I just call it like it is.
I mean, I could have just said sushi burrito, which is actually a thing. So
Sushi burrito.
yeah, you haven't seen those?
What's the difference between a sushi
Well,
taco?
it's
and
just
sushi
like a
burrito?
really big sushi
there's a
roll.
lot of fish
Yeah.
in it.
It's just a sushi roll that's
And rice.
just really big, and it basically
It's,
like looks
instead
like
of a tortilla, it's rice.
Isn't there rice in sushi?
yes,
Yeah.
So more rice.
Yeah.
more rice. We Asians love
Double
rice.
the rice.
That is
bro.
true.
I'm not gonna lie, dude. A lot of Asians
Carbs,
love
carbs,
rice.
carbs.
Yeah, a lot of Asians love rice, and I'm one of those Asians.
Dude.
I love rice.
Dude,
My
sushi-
new work, there's a sushi burrito like right next door, and I haven't gone yet.
Oh, you haven't got it?
I'm
Convenience.
broke.
It's convenience. You'll never go there because it's like right next to your work.
I
And
don't
every
think
time
so.
something's so close,
I
you
already,
never go.
I already yelped it. It doesn't look that great. I'm sorry.
I'm trying to wrap my mind around a sushi
Rap?
burrito.
Ha!
It's pretty much what it is. What was that?
It's a rap.
How do you laugh, dear? I don't- how-
Here.
So you're just gonna laugh at people the way they laugh?
Yeah.
I do it all the time.
Why not? It's laughter is infectious, dude. You're just making me laugh.
Are you saying you have a disease?
Yes.
Okay.
Because of you. It came from you.
I'm so lost now.
I was just laughing because he was laughing. Whatever. Okay. Like,
Derek
it was
said,
just,
all I heard was Derek was infectious. That's
apparently, I'm just getting a whole bunch
What are
of
you
crap for
infected
just-
with?
laughter.
Laughter!
Oh.
Is that really so bad?
Can we go back on topic?
Okay, yeah, okay, so back on topic. Wait, what was the topic?
So, well, he was going to the Wild West, right? So that's what.
yeah, you would be Wild West. I
Or
would be
dinosaurs.
1930s.
Or dinosaurs?
And dinosaurs? Or
Wait,
like, do you want to get one?
Wait,
do we only get
do
one?
you want to combine
No,
dinosaurs and the Wild West?
No, I'll go back to the Wild West.
Dude, can you imagine?
Dude,
you
imagine
ride
a
the tower
T-Rex.
on like a T-Rex.
No,
a
T-Rex with guns.
That'd be amazing.
I am the law.
Why Judge Dredd? So it's a Judge Dredd T-Rex in the
it's
West?
not restricted.
Too many themes,
If
man.
I
Too many
roll up,
themes.
if I roll up to an old Wild West
Velociraptor, dude.
town with a freaking T-Rex with guns, I am the law. Like,
No one's gonna mess with that.
fuck your horse. My T-Rex will eat your horse up and you in one bite.
Oh, that's amazing.
I'll never have to shoot a gun myself.
You say that, but like, I kind of wonder, like, even though I said 1930s, how would I really, like, would I be able to survive in the 30s? I kind of doubt I would.
You wouldn't even speak the same English as
I
them.
mean, let's say.
I mean, you
that's
would,
true.
but,
No,
like,
that's true. No,
the vernacular.
Yeah, like, you know, like,
let's
slang
say
at
for
the time.
situation's sake, like, just like you'll get implemented.
You'll like,
easy.
you'll
Let's
fit in.
just so
you'll
that you
kind
can
of, like,
live
you know,
it. You know.
You'll
I
assimilate.
mean,
You'll
because not
assimilate
trying to
somehow.
get
You'll
too
assimilate.
complicated.
Yeah.
Not trying to make it too
I
complicated.
mean, obviously, like, if you move to another country and you live there long enough, eventually
we're not trying to be like,
learn.
oh, I'm gonna find a new social because I don't exist in this era. You know?
Yeah, I
Like,
guess.
and
Well, are we observing or living through it? That's the thing. I just want to observe.
you just want to.
You just wanna
So you're
observe?
like sneaking around.
Yeah, like I have no impact.
Eventually, someone's gonna kill you.
No. Meaning I have no impact on what I'm just.
So you're
looking.
invisible.
In a way. I can just view it. I'm physically there, but
He's like ghost.
there's no way that I can impact anything or change anything. I want to see it the way that it is.
Oh, so we're not impacting, we're just viewing it.
He wants to impact and like be able to change his, you know.
Well, but that's my. Like,
him,
yeah,
me personally.
For me,
Okay,
yeah.
so
I just want to view.
Okay,
it,
so that's for me. Like going back to 30 was like me like experiencing it, like me doing stuff,
socializing.
yeah, socializing and all that. But if it's just viewing, my actual answer, because I'm such a nerd, if I can travel through it, all of like the Jurassic eras to see what actually happened, like evolution.
That's
on
what
Earth
that's
and
what I
all that.
really want to do.
Yeah, like actually see like what happened throughout time and like what is like the truth that we know, like what's wrong in like science books and what's the truth. 'Cause,
Yeah.
you know, like I would love to learn that.
I'm pretty sure just me being there, like I would want to interact and like my feelings about it would change, but I would want to just kind of go there and not like change the thing and see like the history that I know is what I'm gonna see.
So, in combination of all of us, I mean, in terms of like actually going back, time traveling, it's based off of interest.
Yeah,
you know?
pretty much.
It's
yeah,
like
just
we want to know
individual interests about what you
whether
want to know.
it's what happened actually happened, or like if what hasn't happened will happen. You know, what ifs, and pretty much just look. You know, experience.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
I mean that's pretty much it. Like,
we're gonna experience different things depending on what you want to do. Yeah, we're
So you're trying to see if school has lied to you.
What do you? Oh yeah.
like
he was saying.
misinformation.
What? School lied? What?
Yeah, like
I would love to bring like just that knowledge of knowing all that to like an actual
And then it's actually
conversation.
not even.
Yeah, for like
How
people
would
who
you
are like,
prove it?
oh, this like everything you know is wrong. I'm like, actually, no, I do know everything. So hot in your face, like
and you can do it all in one day.
all in one day.
Just one day?
That's all you need.